Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting a new series here on the channel. This is The Sandman on Netflix. I watched a few trailers for this show, so I know just the tiniest bit about theoretically what's going to happen, and a little bit of background. I know it's based on a graphic novel by Neil Gaiman, and he's like heavily involved in the making of this show, so hopefully it will be following his vision and you know what he wants it to be. But so far everything I've seen in terms of reviews have said that it's really good, so I'm pumped to jump into it. So before we do that, if you end up enjoying my reaction, leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often and you want to see me react to more of The Sandman, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, or you want to get next episode's reaction slightly early, consider supporting me on Patreon. That's linked in the description. Since this is the first episode of a new season, that full length on Patreon will be completely public for anyone to check out. And if it's something you're interested in moving forward, your support would mean the world. But other than that, let's jump into episode 1 of The Sandman. Warner Brothers, they're having a grand old time lately. Everyone is super thrilled with all of their decisions.
We begin.
We begin indeed.
In the waking world.
Okay, good. Thank you for telling me. Evidently not.
But there is another life which awaits you when you close your eyes.
Dr. Strange says dreams are windows into our multiversal selves. Is he lying?
When the waking world leaves you wanting and weary, sleep brings you here.
The visuals are nice. Is that a bear on a pirate ship? That's Mark Hamill, the pumpkin guy.
Which I must control.
That's all I know.
Lest they consume and destroy you.
Okay.
That is my purpose and my function. Until I left my kingdom to pursue a rogue nightmare.
Oh, that's no bueno.
Dreams rarely survive in the waking world. Nightmares, on the other hand, seem to thrive there.
Interesting. The Sandman. So he's going to retrieve a rogue nightmare. Oh, hello, child.
Good afternoon, lad. My name is Dr. John Hathaway.
Father likes to be called Mavis. It means sorcerer.
This little kid is in stuff. He's in Haunting of Bly Manor. He's the creepy one. You little goon, what are you doing here? What is this, a cult? Bruh.
Have you come to join Father's order? The Order of Ancient Mysteries.
No.
Dr. Hathaway.
Hey.
What an unexpected pleasure.
What's poppin'? Hand of the King? Tywin Lannister up in here running a cult.
If I give you the book, can you really capture the Angel of Death?
Not likely.
With the spells recorded in this book, we can compel death to return our sons to us. Your Edmund and my Randall will live again.
Okay, so you're capitalizing on this dude's, like, pain and grief to get him to do what you want. Tywin Lannister, you hooligan.
Tonight, we will achieve what no one before us has even attempted.
Bro.
We will summon and imprison death.
You guys heard of the scientific process? Or like testing things? No one else has ever attempted this, and they're just gonna succeed first try. Oi, oi, quit it. Quit killing that guy. This is the guy from Logan.
Corinthian.
Corinthian.
My creations stay in the dreaming. They do not walk amongst the living, killing mortals for pleasure.
Why should we confine ourselves to their sleeping minds?
Because he said so. He's in charge.
My lord. Please, no.
Yes.
No, I beg you. Please.
Sorry. Oh, they're gonna accidentally... Yeah. They're trying to snag Death, and they accidentally snag the wrong guy.
And I give you a feather, pulled from an angel's wing, for you to lift up into the heavens.
Wow, that feather fell perfectly.
I open the gates!
Dang, son. They're going hard right now. Ooh. Yikes. Visually, that's a cool shot, though. Don't take his stuff. Bro, Dream skips leg day. Have you ever heard of squats, dude?
I was powerless, trapped by a spell cast by an amateur with no concern for the damage he had done to my realm.
Probably doesn't know about it.
The following morning, there were some sleepers who could not wake up.
Oh, she's trapped. Trapped in the dream world.
Call the doctor.
Hello, operator.
Hello, operator. I'd like to speak to the doctor. My child won't wake up, and I'm trying everything I got. But she's asleep for life.
The sleepy
Boy, they're just like
sickness, as it was called, affected nearly 1 million men,
putting these
women,
people on the
and
side.
children in every city, town, and village in the world.
Dang, that's a lot.
There are benefits to keeping one of the Endless close.
The Endless?
Yeah.
The Reaper has family, you know? Desire, destiny, despair.
And dream.
But you must ensure that he never escapes. You must construct a sphere of glass inside the serpent
Dang.
to contain Dream's physical manifestation. No one must be allowed to fall asleep in his presence. No one. Or he will escape into your dreams.
Okay, so is that how he escapes?
Will I see you again?
You should hope not.
I know who you are. Dream of the Endless.
Oh, he is awake and listening. Never mind.
I wanted Death to return my son, Randall, who died in the Gallipoli campaign. If you give him back to me, alive, well, I'd release you.
Yeah, he can't really do that, though.
I'll enjoy the gifts you've already given me.
Why does he sit so weird in that little egg thing?
Though my presence there remained a secret, my ruby sand and helm brought youth and prospect
1926.
to Roderick Burgess and his followers.
Hello? I'm sorry about all of this. He's not a bad man.
I mean, he's keeping someone captive for 10 plus years.
If you could bring Randall back, then I am sure he would let you out.
No, he definitely would not.
You know what would happen if you let him out?
I won't, Magus, I promise.
Good
He'd
things.
slaughter you. He'd slaughter all of us. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Is it? Do you want to die, Alex? Do you? Because if you do, it's relatively simple.
Die, Alex!
Shoot the fucking bird. Ethel.
Good try. Oh, they gonna see you. Unless you stand very still. Dang, this bird is capable. Set some shiz on fire. Dang. Nice shot, bird. Took you 10 years to try this trick? Scratch that circle with your beak. I think the glass is too strong. You're gonna get shot. Ooh. Yep. Alex, what the heck, man? Could have broken the glass. Dang, poor bird. It was executing its plan to perfection.
Some begged for sleep that would not come. Others lived as perpetual sleepwalkers.
Interesting.
You alright?
Well, I'm going to have a baby.
Oh, neat. Is that... Are you happy about that? It's not Randall.
He wants me to get rid of it. I'm calling the doctor right now.
Okay, so Tywin Lannister, pro-choice. Pro his choice, sorry, not her choice. Tywin Lannister would be, he'd be the guy that's celebrating the Roe v. Wade decision right now, while also making her get an abortion. She left.
The helmet, the pouch, the rupee, the grimoire, and 200,000 in cash.
God dang.
Speak to me! Speak to me! Speak to me! Come on! Speak to me!
It's alright, Father.
Get away from me! Randall were alive today!
If Randall were alive, he would hate you as much as I do.
Well, sucks to suck. That's enough to kill him? God dang.
You're never getting out of there.
Nice job, Alex.
He's dead.
Alex, buddy, you're in trouble now.
Kill us.
I bet he actually will kill them.
I'm so sorry, Alex.
Oh, okay. I sensed a little bit of connection between these two in the field.
You and I are going to have to make our own dreams come true.
Johnny Cripps.
Just promise that you won't harm me or Paul.
What about the
I will
guards?
let you out.
They're probably like, dude, we're here too.
Should I have forgiven him for murdering my raven?
No. But you didn't.
I could not.
Good.
I could have asked you for worse.
He killed you, bud. Ooh, that
All I
transition.
ever wanted was to be free of you.
That's clean. That was a clean transition.
I won't be coming down here again.
Oh. Oh, he did it on purpose. He gave him a little nod, like, there you go.
Lucky bugger. I was on Corfu.
Ooh, he can influence him a little bit now that the thing is, yeah. And now he will invade his dreams. Yeah, this is not going to be a fun time for you, buddy. And there it is.
Don't move! Stay where you are!
His movements are so non-human. Well, at least all he did was make them fall asleep, so that's pretty good.
It's you.
Oh, spooky.
I didn't know. Please.
Obviously you didn't know.
Punishment then shall be a gift.
The gift of death. Ooh.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to run. And I'm not gonna stop until I've reshaped this world.
In what way?
Look, just like me.
Because you have no eyes? And you want to take other people's eyes? Dang, rip to that person. Yo. Doesn't look in tip-top shape.
The realm. The palace. They are not as you left them.
Does she have pointy ears? Yikes.
What happened here?
You were gone, Chief.
With you gone as long as you were, the realm began to decay and crumble.
Had they so little faith in me?
I mean, you were gone for a while, Chief.
I will not have dreams and nightmares preying on the waking world. I will bring them all back.
Interesting. So that's like
This realm wants Lucien.
that's like the overall goal
I will
then?
make it again.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. That was actually a really fun first episode. Like, it's very expansive, or like it feels like there's a heightened sense of grandeur, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't feel like a standard fantasy story or standard sci-fi or horror or whatever genre you would prefer for whatever it means, right? Like it feels like it's a step above, if that makes sense. I don't know how it, what exactly makes that the case, but it just does. I thought this first episode did a really good job of like world building, at least right off the bat, like building the setting of like what exactly is going on, like who Dream is, what happened to him, the consequences of him being gone, all the stuff he normally does. Introduced also the concept of the other Endless and things like that. So that's really cool. Like I didn't feel lost during this first episode, being like, damn, what does that mean? Who is that? What? I don't understand. Like it felt like it gave me information at a pace that was reasonable to, build the setting and build the story of this world without going too slow where I'm confused, but without going, too fast where there's just too much to pack into my head. Like it felt like it was perfectly paced. So far I don't know who the actor is, but Dream is he's pretty interesting. Like he moves and talks in a very non-human way, which makes sense obviously because he's not like a normal human person. But like specifically like the ways he would like crouch and sit in that little egg thing, and then like even just the ways he like got out of it, like the movements he made like when he was coming out of it, very much was like, oh, okay, so this is kind of, he's a little creeper. Like he does some weird stuff. It was just really cool. I loved the way they showed his imprisonment over the course of 100 years or whatever. It was probably less than 100 years. Well, maybe more than 100 years, because they did say that all that stuff gave those people long life. So we can't necessarily go based off of how old they looked. So he was in this thing for over 100 years. Tywin Lannister, whatever his character's actual name was, and his son Alex, they're part of this cult. They wanted to, capture Death to get his son back. But obviously it doesn't work. We don't know why it didn't work at this point, but it didn't work because he's an amateur. But then they capture him and they're like, yo, they set up some ground rules. They're like, don't fall asleep in front of him. Don't break this seal. We'll be Gucci. Make sure he's preserved in glass so his body doesn't like decay, because then he's free or whatever. I don't know. And just like seeing over the course of the years, like different attempts to get him out from the bird. The bird almost got it. The bird should have just scraped that little circle on the ground instead of trying to break the glass, you stupid bird. And I particularly liked the transition where he was like, it was just showing his face, and then it went from like normal, like the Alex that we were kind of with the whole episode, to the old man Alex, and just the transition of that was really nice. And then seeing the Paul guy intentionally scrape off the stuff, being like, all right, man, like it's been a while, like you can, we're done with this, right? Like him and Alex kind of decided we're done. Alex was like, I'm never coming back down here, and Paul was like, you know what, I'm not the type of dude that just wants to keep this guy in prison, so scrape. You're free. I liked seeing the way he would operate, took over that guy's dreams, and now he's back in his kingdom, but it's like in complete disarray, and he's got to rebuild his kingdom. He's got to go and get different dreams and nightmares that are in the waking world and bring them back to bring them back to his spot and somehow, you know, cure this disease, I guess is what they're calling it, of the waking world, where certain people can't sleep, others are stuck sleeping, you know, various, what is it, lethargic, something is what they called it. So overall, this episode was really very interesting, and I am excited to see more. I'm pretty stoked about it, so it's gonna be fun. It also set up interesting stuff going forward of, like, you know, that one lady with her kid that was just born, she took the sand and the ruby and the mask, and now she's gonna presumably do something with that. I know, I assume that, because they showed a little sneak peek right after the episode, and one of them was the guy from Harry Potter, Lupin from Harry Potter. He also played the God of War in the first Wonder Woman movie. He had that ruby, so presumably I think he's probably the kid of Ethel or whatever her name was. And he was like, "Oh, your realm is my birthright." And he's like, "Is it though? Is it though?" So he is somehow probably going to make it into the dream world. We saw the devil, or Satan, I guess, Lucifer Morningstar, played by Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones. So that'll be interesting to see her. Patton Oswalt is a bird of some sort. We know Mark Hamill plays like the pumpkin-headed guy or something like that. Jenna Coleman is going to appear at some point. So various cool things that look like they're still coming. I'm very excited. Everything I've heard has said that the season, definitely the first episode, but also like the entire season, I guess, is just great. So I'm very excited to see the rest of it. So thank you for being here. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments below. Are you a fan of the Sandman already? Are you watching this for the first time? You know, or is this the first time you're seeing anything related to the Sandman, like me, where I haven't read that graphic novel? I'd be very interested to see and hear all your thoughts. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel out a ton. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to the rest of the Sandman. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, or you want next episode's reaction slightly early, consider checking out my Patreon. That's linked in the description below. Since this is the first episode of a new season, that full uncut will be completely public for anyone to check out. And if it's something you're interested in, consider supporting me going forward. But otherwise, I think that's all I got. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.